Well, it's late July here in central Oklahoma, and as you can see, some things are kind of dying out, while other things are going like gangbusters. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rock and Sea Homestead. My name is Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel. And today's our late July garden tour for 2021. And as we started off, some things are going really good and some things are kind of dying out. As we start right here at our herb flowers or our herb garden area, we got some sage right here, getting a little bug eaten, but for the most part, it's doing really good. Plus we have a little volunteer dill plant coming up. Don't know where that came from, but it's going good. The watering system we put in earlier is doing fantastic. Unfortunately though, for this bed, the chamomile and the lavender is just not liking the heat that we're having. These things are gonna probably go away here pretty soon, but the rosemary is enjoying life right there, let me tell you. And we come over here, our sage plant, basil, is doing fantastic. Still a little bit of a bug eating it. Our chive plant is going crazy. I don't know what we're going to do with this thing. We may need to cut that back. And then over here with our thyme and our oregano, we have cut and dehydrated and preserved, and this thing is still going like crazy. So this thing is going really, really well. And then over here on our mint, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but it's going crazy. But this is the lemon balm right here. It smells so good. And this is spearmint. And like I say, these things are going crazy. It's coming out the side of the bed. There's some over here on the back side. These things are insanely out of control. So now we're over here on in our pepper patch. So we have 4 of these self-wicking tubs set up with peppers, all different sorts of peppers. You guys may have seen one of our last pepper videos where we've dehydrated the rainbow of sweet peppers. And as you start over here, these Alicia sweet peppers are just gorgeous. They taste great. If you guys have not tried those, give them a try. Of course, our banana pepper plant, probably one of the smallest plant, but it has tons of peppers on it all the time. I feel like we pick it and then it just like multiplies. It's crazy. Now, one of the things talking about multiplying is this habanada plant. So this is a non-hot habanero plant, and this thing is just crazy with the fruit it has on it. And forever we're like, man, is this thing ever going to turn? And what we're looking for is these to turn orange. And just this last week, a couple days ago, we're starting to see a little bit of orange come in here. And finally, these are ripening enough to see if they're any good. See if I can get, oh, there's a real good one right here. So that one's good. There's another one way down there. It's a big one. But we're very interested to see how that's going to turn out. And of course, our jalapeno plant here, this is kind of a non-hot jalapeno, but we probably have 1 or 2 meals a week that has jalapenos on them. And of course, I didn't know if you guys knew this or not, but if a jalapeno gets ripe, it actually turns red and kind of black. And if you get this little crazing, little stretch mark, that's okay. It just means that the pepper grew faster than the skin did. It's still good. But all those peppers are doing good. Those kind of are hot peppers. This is some more sweet peppers down here. We got these purple ones. And these purples are a little different. At the first of the season, when these things came out, we saw them like this. And we thought, wow, okay, maybe they're just gonna be small peppers. Because most bell peppers, they start off green and they get to a certain point that are big and then they turn their color. These turn really early and keep growing. So we picked some of those a little earlier in the season. Didn't like them as much as what we picked here yesterday, and they taste just like a regular bell pepper and they taste really good. And then here's some more. I think these are orange bell peppers. We picked a really nice one off this one yesterday. And these are just bullnose peppers here. So they're green and eventually they'll turn red if they ever last long enough. And these things are just covered with peppers. But so far, man, I tell you, if there's one thing we can grow 100% of the time in these raised beds, it is peppers. So now we're kind of in our front section of our garden here where our tomatoes are. Some of the tomatoes are doing awesome, like our cherry tomatoes. As you can see here, we got a lot of orange ones coming up. Some of our blueberries are really coming in nice and good, well. And our bumblebee cherry tomatoes are really rocking here. We got several of them we need to pick. However, the bigger tomatoes, we've had quite a bit of issues with bug pressure, insect pressure. We've had a lot of rain here in the month of July, so we've had a lot of cracking. So we haven't harvested as many big tomatoes as what we'd like. Hopefully now with it kind of warming up and the rain kind of decreasing, maybe we'll get a little bit more. Don't know, the tomato plants are looking a little rugged, to say the least. They're looking a little rough right now. So we'll see how long they make it, and hopefully we can get some bigger tomatoes. All right, so now we're on the other side of our tomato bed here where we had the beans planted. These things did really well. We have a ton of beans we got to pick later tonight. We've picked beans like every day this last couple weeks, but these things are just about to be done. A couple plants have already kind of died out. We've picked them. I would say probably in a week, all of these are going to be done, but we have a ton of beans. I think next year we do want to put some sort of like a tomato cage that these things can grow up in. They got a little pushed around and fell over, and it was just kind of a mess. So we're going to have to rethink how we plant these next year. I think we planted too many, too close, and not enough structure for them to stand up straight. But the beans taste good. We actually had some for dinner tonight. Now over here in our next set of beds, these are like snap peas or snow peas or something like that. These things are almost all done. We just have to get in here and actually pull these out. And if you look in behind it, like the cucumbers, they're having a lot of trouble right now with some yellowness and spotty, and not for sure what all of this stuff is here, but it's not good. But these plants are almost done themselves. Here probably in the next couple weeks, these things are going to be pulled out. But so far we've had a ton of cucumbers come out of the garden. I think we've pickled like 50 something jars of pickles, and we'll still probably have 1 or 2 more sessions left. So even though our bigger cucumber plants are about to die out, we did come through and did a little succession planting here. So we have about 4 sets of pickling cucumbers and 4 sets of like a marker more, which is more of a slicer cucumber. We have 4 plants of each. Hopefully those things are going to come up. We're going to get a late harvest of those. As well over here, these are some bigger tomatoes. We have got a few of here, but you can see some of the plants aren't doing very well. They're just struggling right now. So I'm not really sure what's causing the yellowing and kind of the dying out of the leaves. That usually happens to us late September, early October. It's about a month and a half early for us. So again, I'm not quite for sure what's going on with that. All right, so in this bed right here, we have 2 zucchini plants. So we pulled out our other zucchini. It was just getting massacred by squash bugs and those kind of things. So we decided to plant just 2 more in this bed here since we had space. And those things are coming up pretty well. So we'll see how those things do once they kind of get growing. So right now it's just kind of a waiting time for them. And on this bed over here, we did a couple rows of lettuces. And those things are coming up really well. And these are heat tolerant since here in Oklahoma, it is getting hot and humid here. So like I said, these things are coming up really well. So probably in a couple weeks, hopefully we'll be able to harvest some lettuce and be able to get a crop or 2 of these. Well, folks, that is a wrap on our July 2021 garden tour. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like we were saying throughout the tour, some things are going great, some things are kind of dying out. It's that time of year. We are trying to do some succession planting and kind of plan for some of the things for the fall. So if you guys have any suggestions of what we could plant in the fall, leave them down in the description or in the comments down below. I should say the comments. I would really appreciate that. And of course, if you have not subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notified every time a video comes out. And from our homestead to yours, have a blessed day, and we'll catch you in the next video.